How long you been back from overseas?
Oh, just a couple of weeks. Much obliged, Miss Triple Banks. You give yourself a wonderful day.
Take care.
What's up, Kelly on the line?
It's all right. It's just a card, must have backfired. They say it stops eventually.
And tell me how you found Hillary's novel. It's based on a novel by Hillary Jordan. How did that kind of come into your life originally?
Absolutely. It's funny because at the time, like, it wasn't a novel that I would have been aware of, but I read a script by Virgil Williams. Cassian Elway's brought me the script. It was like in 2015. It's like, you know, you got to read this. And so I read the script, and I really liked it. Like, there's a lot of there. And that prompted me to go back and read Hillary's book and find out what else was in there. And the thing that I really responded to in our writing was the internal dialogue, the internal monologue. Like, that, you know, felt more interesting in ways than just the dialogue. And so the chance to dig in and have these multiple points of view was what drew me to the material, and have the different voices. And I really wanted to go in and make it a story about two families and create this kind of dark symbiosis and how they're mirrors of each other in a certain way. And so that was kind of how I delved into it. And it was great. As we developed the script, you know, the actors like Carrie, you know, had input. Like, there was some passages from the book where she talks about Jamie like really seeing her, so we added that. And Jason Clark had this, there's a passage in the book how Henry's talking about how he felt disinherited and how he didn't get what he was due, which gave him kind of more context into why he's holding on to this patch of land so tightly. And so we added that. So it was great. Like, with the actors, we would add in what they would say and, you know, build shots around it.
I wonder if you could each talk about your first reaction to reading this script and what you saw in the parts that you played.
I was automatically attracted to it because in order to tell these sorts of stories, you have to tell them right. You know, they always have something missing. They always have a punch that's held. They always have something that's drawn back. And even the lynching scene was very intriguing to me, you know? And I feel like, well, like I was telling D, if all the right people get in the right places with this film, it's gonna be a hit. Like, there's no missing the mark. And we shot this film in 28 days, and when we all watched it at Sundance, that was probably the first time that we all got to see Dee's vision and all got to see each other's work, because everybody didn't get to work with everybody. We all obviously didn't see all the scenes, and it was incredible to see everybody put that 100% forward.
The first time I watched this film was in a cinema in Paris, and I was just stunned by how big it had become again. You know, I mean, a script is never a book because you can't put everything in, but then Dee had, with everybody in post, with everybody in the shooting, the things you hadn't seen, and everybody's involvement, but still, she'd crafted, you know, just like this big, I don't know, a Wyoming, Australian sunset, huge scope, you know. But you know what I mean? It put back in the size and the scope, which is not easy to do.
I related to it in such a way of the struggle, and I knew what it was to be in a family that was on a farm filled with struggle that wasn't for commercial growth, but was just to put food on the table. The script was just undeniably beautiful, everything about it, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it. And like Jason said, when we saw it at Sundance, you know, all of us that were a part of it had tears in our eyes because we weren't there on the days when you know, we're doing 15 scenes a day. We come in, we do a few scenes, and then it's Jason and Carrie doing a few scenes, and then it's you know, Pappy and then it's Rob Morgan and Mary J, and we never got to see what everybody did. And Dee kept it a secret for like a good reason. Agents and managers were like, well, we should probably see this beforehand just so we know what he's going to be talking about at Sundance. And she's like, no, everybody's seen it for the first time at Sundance. And we saw it there, and I remember even Carrie didn't want to. She's like, I don't like watching it for the first time in public. Like, I'd rather watch it by myself. And I was like, come on, Carrie, like, I know. Like, I feel the same, but let's, and she's like, all right. And everybody had tears in their eyes because they were so proud of what everybody contributed and what everybody did. And they got to see the blood, sweat, and tears that everybody did. And more importantly, they got to see how Dee compiled everything, edited everything. The music was beautiful. The the pain, no matter how painful it was beautiful how you portrayed it, and it was honest, and that's all you could hope for, and I'm so thankful to be here with you, D.
This could have just been a film about two brothers, like there's 2 hours in that. Or this could have just been a film about a marriage. I can get 2.5 hours out of that. This could have been a film just about sharecroppers, but this was, had to be a film about all those things. And this could be just about two soldiers coming home from war. And so the fact that you guys are able to manage all these mini relationship arcs over time, out of sequence, was amazing to me.
When we got on set, it was like everybody had this sort of love and respect for each other, that we were all doing something beautiful. And when they drop N-bombs straight in your face, they know, like, this is going to have to take some level of respect, And it was higher than that. Like, I remember for the barn scenes, that was the first time we ever seen Jonathan Banks at the bar by himself. Like, we came back to the hotel, and he was just there. Like, we just did something special, Like, what y'all did was something special. This is going to turn up. And I don't know, I'm just happy to say we got a fearless leader. Dee's the most sure black woman I have ever met in my life. Right? Mom, if you see this, I'm sorry. Yeah, but she knows what she wants, and she got it.